this contest.
Thank you, Larry. It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look live there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles. This is fielded at the goal line. And look at this. Right away, a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
While we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball, they've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Over the middle here to Brown. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
There's an example of good situational football being played by a defense. They understood what the 3rd down play was, the down and distance, and made sure that they didn't get anywhere near that, bringing up 4th down.
Yeah, they were sniffing out that marker, didn't want to let him get close to there, and now a likely 3 and out to start.
Yeah, I love the way they rallied to the football and got to him and made sure they didn't give up much run after catch.
The former 2nd-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. The numbers for Mixon last week, 17 carries, 128 yards.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their alignment. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
They completed the screen, but one of the things you worry about is can the quarterback get rid of the ball before he's actually tackled? So your offensive linemen have to hold up the rushers a little bit because you want to make sure you keep your guy's jersey clean throughout the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. He doesn't find a ton of space following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hardy. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another 1st down. It will. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Zach Ertz, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Wants now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And out now come the Cowboys. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the rush coming, and he's taken down. So the D gets the sack on 1st, and now it brings up 2nd down. Prescott from the gun. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20, 10. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 75 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And Howland Sink was the quarterback in his center on that play. They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged.
And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. And that touchdown drive happened very, very quickly. You knew that they had the quick strike ability. They showed it.
And for a defense that understands that, it still drives them crazy when it actually happens to them. Fast and furious, there came the points.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Returning it, John Ross. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep. He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
No. Check. Patrick. Over. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Check four. Gone.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have taken the lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Lutz now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Our focus now moving to Dez Bryant as he heads back out there. There's a lot of talk in training camp about him getting off to a hot start this year, saying that they needed that. Well, he's done it through the first month.
Kind of reminds me of one of those great musical groups where one person has their name out front, then they have the backups, right? He's the guy out front because the backups, they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, but we're going to the headliner each and every time. And that's not easily done because, you know, all the defenses are kicking towards him right now. That means he's fighting his way through traffic, finding ways to get open, even when he's not supposed to be.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Footing's definitely going to be an issue because it's tough to make those quick cuts that you're used to making on a soggy track. In fact, a Hall of Fame runner once told me, cut on your heels in this type of weather. Gives you better balance.
To throw is Prescott. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Bryant. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. That's a matchup maybe they go back to their outer third of the field as this game continues.
Yeah, I think back to my high school coach, John Ford. He used to say when we got big plays early in a game or good plays, he'd always say, foul it away, lad, foul it away, because he'd want to come back to it later in a key situation. They may come back to this one a little more often than that.
Didn't he say laddie or did he say lad?
Yeah, it just depended on what he was feeling at the moment.
Okay, I thought that was the guy you told me about. He used to say laddie a lot.
Laddie, when you heard laddie, he was usually in a pretty good mood. Lad,
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. But they face a 2nd and long to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. First month of the season, those numbers pretty solid. Does he continue that?
I think so, because when you come out of the gate this strong, that means that you have planned for it and you like the results that you're getting. So I wouldn't have any doubt that the head coach, offensive coordinator, actually called him in and said, look, you're our guy, okay? We're going to continue to stick with this as long as we're winning games. You ready for the challenge? And then they presented it to the rest of the team. I think we'll see plenty of that as this season moves on.
And I'm sure he said challenge accepted. play fake. He'll look to throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Jalen Smith coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little bit of yardage if you're a quarterback.
Because now if you're the offensive coordinator, what does it do if it was 3rd and 10 versus 3rd and much longer as it is now?
Yeah, it changes everything in terms of play calling and the pressure you might expect to face on the very next down. Had to throw the ball away and save the yardage. He didn't get it done.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he gets this one up just shy of the 35 to the 34. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
They go to Elliott again. And some room to roam now. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. He completes it to Bryant. Prescott finding his big receiver Bryant there for a Cowboy 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
So, my man, I pose this question to you. How do you get to be the number 2 defense against the rush in the NFL?
Be better than number 3, I guess.
Okay, right.
And make plays like that, right?
Well, you know, you're right. At its basic, be better than number 3, but you really nailed it. Make plays like that on a consistent basis. So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Hurry up, here we go. Watch it now, Barney. All right, now, look at 56.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Jalen Smith coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. On third down, he'll drop to throw. This is brought in by Hardy. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So the offense has it 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. They'll look to throw now on first down. Tried for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early.
False start, offense.
And that'll set him back 5. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play, as we'll get a timeout, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still 3rd down.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. Now Prescott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll bring up 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Out now comes the Cowboys punter, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Going deep downfield for Ross. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. John Ross, the one he was looking for. And it's second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Eagles on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've come to half. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
They'll stay on the ground, mix it again. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll run it now out of the gun. Finding some room at midfield. And a cut to the sideline. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And this is going to be caught. And how about that? Even after snapping it from back there, they still convert for the 2 points. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. Spinning past him. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on...
Blitz coming, and down he goes. A second down throw for Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Call it a gain of 5. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now here's Ross. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. And out now come the Eagles. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
All right, here we go. Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, boy. Detroit! Detroit!
They'll set up a throw. Complete over the middle to Hardy. And he's got the 1st down yardage before being taken down at midfield. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So there on that play, offensively, they were in the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Here we go. 3-19. 3 over. Leopard.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time the yards won't come so easy, as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Detroit! Detroit! Watch it now, Barney! Barney!
They'll drop to throw. It's hauled in by Hardy. And he's able to get the 1st before he's taken down at the 36. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels. Got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy? And what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Back to throw now on first down. Looking downfield for Godwin. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. They're 2 for 2 on third down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on third down. Looking to throw. Flushed out right. He may try and run for this. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. Now Lutz for the field goal try. This is a 49-yard attempt. Right hash. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes a timeout. And now we're set to get going. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down.
All right, here we go. Over. Detroit.
On play action, they'll throw. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back.
Everyone gears up for third down, talks about the importance of it. But fourth down, that's truly the moment of truth play, isn't it?
Everything's dialed up a little bit more. And, it's such a momentum play, isn't it?
Absolutely, because it can flip either way depending on who converts on fourth down.
Prescott on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Second down now after the pass completion. Prescott. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Third and long for Prescott. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up fourth.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Ross on the return. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Eagles will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to loft one. Deep left. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A big play there with his second second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he spins through. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. They find some open field here. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. A good pickup there of 20 yards. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. A first down throw for Prescott. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
His throw incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Here's Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of pressure at the quarterback because the space doesn't open up. They were able to read that one and slow it down and stop it before they could get a first down.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. That one good for 14 yards. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Prescott now. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. It's a gain of 14 down to the 14. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
11 more on that one, and another first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now flags fly in, and one of the Cowboys looked like he got going a little early.
Offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still first down.
First and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line. Because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
2nd and goal from the 1. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys get a bit closer. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10.
Back
to throw. This is brought in by Hardy. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Detroit! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And now right out of the 2-minute break, We'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The Eagles on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. So it'll be first down here after the run. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain here down to the 22. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Now, that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
Now Lutz for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. Football, it's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here, accelerating, and off he goes. 30, 10, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Now Bullock to add the extra point.
No other way to say it. That was a big-time touchdown right there. But now everything rides on the onside kick. They have to have it in order to have one last chance.
So 15 ticks remaining as they line up for the onside kick. And the Eagles are going to recover. And that might be enough to put a bow on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain.